Hello there ladies and gentlemen, Legal Sheriff here, and today we're doing Dead by Daylight. We're going to be going into the killer's backstories. This is part 6, and what I'll do is, so we're reading into the Oni's backstory. So instead of doing what I've done in my previous backstory videos, what I'll do is I'll read the killer backstory out, and then once that's done, we'll jump into a game and you can get to see what the killer does. Yeah, so it's a bit of a change. I should have thought about when I did the first killers, but hey, it's thought of doing it for the last few killers, because these newer killers, are a lot more funner, and they're... So, yeah, without further ado, let's jump into the Oni's backstory. So, honouring his family name was never enough for Kazan Yamaoka. He wanted to surpass his father's reputation and end what he saw as the thinning of samurai culture, with farmers often posing as samurai. His father tried to turn Kazan's attention to more noble pursuits, but Kazan refused to heed his advice, and borrowing his father's katana, he embarked on a dark pilgrimage to prove his worth and rid Japan of impostors. Ignoring the code that had been taught to him, Kazan killed impostors in the hills and the valleys, on the beaches and in the woodland. The killings were brutal, cruel, and morbid. He humiliated farmers and warriors alike, yanking off their top knots and stripping them of their armor. His rage, bloodlust, and perverse sense of honor knew no bounds. Monks believed he was possessed by something dark and otherworldly, and cursed him, while a noble lord began to call him Oni Yamaoka, the rageful samurai, an insult both to Kazan and his family. Determined to redeem his family's name, Kazan now butchered anyone who dared call him Oni Yamaoka, and Oni means ogre in Japanese. The insult confused him. He had defeated the best, and he had purified the samurai class by ridding the land of impostors. How could anyone refer to him as an ogre? Had it been because he had marched onto a battlefield to cut down the fiercest warriors? Had it been because he had taken a canabu and dashed hundreds of skulls with it? Or had it been because of his need to secure a trophy from his victims? It didn't matter. Being called an ogre was more than he could bear, and an ominous voice in his head urged him to strike down the lord who had desecrated his name. As Kazan made for his lord's town, he suddenly found himself face to face with a samurai standing on a dirt road, blocking his way. Kazan readied his kanabu. Without a word, the samurai attacked and quickly secured the upper hand, but he hesitated. With a devastating blow, Kazan crushed the samurai's head and cracked his helmet. As Kazan approached the fallen samurai, he saw his father's face and staggered back to his haunches. His father stared at Kazan with mingled shame and regret as he issued his last breath. Kazan closed his eyes and screamed in agony until he could scream no more. When he opened his eyes again, his father was gone. Not only had he killed his father, but he had allowed thieves to steal his body for armor. Bitter, lost, and disillusioned, Kazan roamed the land aimlessly, with his father's voice rattling in his head, taunting him, reminding him of his failures, sending him into his fits of uncontrollable black rage. One day, walking in the woods, Kazan happened upon an Oni statue. He stopped and stood motionless for a long moment. The withered and overgrown statue seemed to be ridiculing him, accusing him of being the impostor samurai he had so desperately sought to destroy. Kazan shook the laughing voice over his head and half remembered the lord who had ridiculed him as Oni Yamaoka. With renewed anger, Kazan journeyed to a town high up in the snowy mountains, where the lord resided. A dozen samurai met Kazan at the gates of the town. A dozen samurai fell to his kanabu. His speed and strength were unmatched. His rage was incomprehensible. Covered in blood and gore, Kazan battled through the town and soon found the lord hiding in a villa. He dragged him out of a cabinet, sliced his tendons to immobilize him, and watched him beg and scream like a dog. Without hesitation, he thrust his fist into the lord's mouth and yanked out the wicked tongue that had discredited his name. Satisfied, Kazan exited the villa to find himself surrounded by dozens of farmers wielding rusty scythes and sharp pitchforks and heavy clubs. He survived the first few onslaughts but there were too many attackers coming from every direction. Within moments, Kazan was on the ground staring at a cold, indifferent, darkening sky as farmers took turns stabbing him and torturing the Oni who had butchered their beloved lord. The frenzied mob dragged Kazan into a small stone mill to continue the torture, and finally left him to die a slow, agonizing death. When they returned, the mill was filled with a strange black fog, and Kazan's body and the cannibal were nowhere to be found. It was the beginning of a dark legend about a rageful Oni haunting the town. So it's a very tragic backstory for the Oni, especially how he killed his own father. The way he killed his lord, it actually is, sorry, he's a scary boy, it actually is shown in his Mori as well. So I'll put on his Mori, and when we jump to a game, you'll be able to see that as well, just for you guys to see. It is a very brutal Mori. It's probably the most, I wouldn't say it's the most brutal. A lot of the other killers, as the newer killers go on, there are more brutal kills. So, yeah, well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in game. Right, the Dead Dog Saloon. Awesome. It's not too bad for a map for it only. So the way that Oni works is you hit a survival with your main weapon, and then you absorb the blood, which gives you your power. And after a while, once you collect it, you can perform a Demon Dash and a Demon Strike. And you want to combo both of them. Oh, look who's over here. Yes, for that touchdown. Thank you. I saw a Leon run this way. So just want to make sure. Good. You guys wasting fun. Yep, take the blood. What is going on over here? Is someone having a party? Okay. Oh, she fell down. Nice. Hello, Leon. Yeah, now we've got our power. Now we can do rid of that. Bada bada boom. Someone's on my jet upstairs. Oh, whoops, daisy. That. I don't know if someone's on that one or this one. Someone's on this one! Bang! Smacked ya. Okay, these guys are doing gens fast. What the heck? This is like my first hook, and they've already done. Oh my! I'm sorry, guys. Gen rushes. I'm not gonna be a. Yes. I guess that's all my Mori. They're like, oh no. We need to be better. Did someone just. No, I thought I saw someone go into the window. Right into the lockup. Okay, we're just gonna go for Mr. Bill. Yep. Bill, you're not going to throw any of these bullets down my face, good sir. Oh great, someone's on that gen? Okay, we can't stay on him because he's leading us away. I have to patrol these gens. See? Mr. Leon over here. Okay, no one's on that one. Okay, good. I'm just going to zoom back over to this end. Yeah, looked like it hit. Oh, that was close. Hit the cactus instead. Whoops. Okay, that hit me. Oh, you punk. See, I knew Leon was gonna... Think she was going back into this. No, it's not. It's like turn. That's why it's so fun. You can literally rush with them. Now we're gonna hit the carriage. Zoom over here. I'm surprised that missed. Oh, for goodness sake. I see you, Leon. Oh, buzz off. Yeah, they get the win. But yeah, you see what I mean, what the killer's like. That was bad. Yeah. They were good. I actually checked on the rankings, actually. Yeah, they get some good books. I think with my build, I need to get a better build for the Oni. Especially some generator blocking perks that would be really useful. Anyway, well, we'll jump into the next killer. So, yeah. Right, on to our next killer, the Death Singer. Let's read into his backstory. Born in the dust-ridden badlands of the American Midwest, Caleb Quinn was son to struggling Irish immigrants. On the edge of the frontier, sickness, famine, and death were common sights, and pioneers contended for whatever scraps they could claim, while tycoons feasted. Caleb's father, once an engineer, had few options to ply his trade, as business posted a common sign: "No Irish need apply." His antiquated tools laid untouched for years until Caleb uncovered them. Noticing his son's interest in the trade, he gifted him his old wrench. The device Caleb made under his father's guidance had quaint applications, but when his father was away, they took a grim turn. He had plans for a mask that would gorge barbed needles into a human's eyes and rip them from their sockets. Ugh. Complete with sketches of it fitted on boys who bullied him. That kind of makes sense. Kind of want revenge on bullies who are picking on you. I'm glad we don't do it these days. With age, Caleb's engineering abilities became marketable and employers put their discrimination aside. Henry Bayshore, the owner of United West Rail, hired him. Caleb first invented a gun that shot railroad spikes into the ground. Next, he made a steam-powered tunneling drill. But as Bayshore feigned indifference, the devices began turning up at other companies. The patents stolen from Caleb and sold. A familiar sensation coursed through Caleb's blood, feeding the sharp pain in his heart. Rage overwhelming him, he burst into Bayshore's office and smashed his face into a bloody stew. As he was pulled away, he pushed his specialized gun to his boss's gut and squeezed the trigger. A railroad spike plowed through skin and viscera, nailing Bayshore to the desk. I mean, I get Caleb's rage there. His ideas, his inventions are sold elsewhere. And yeah, I get that. It's his own inventions. So, if that would happen, I would probably be a bit angry though. But I wouldn't go that far as to kill your own boss. The only thing that saved Caleb from hanging was Bayshore's unlikely survival. For 15 years, Caleb was confined to Halshore Penitentiary, the nation's first private prison. In a fortress of illiterate convicts, he found an unlikely friend in the educated prison warden. He designed torture devices for him and in return received extra meals. After a time, the warden offered to commute his sentence. He spoke of something greater than monetary wealth. Political capital and its connections could have Bayshore framed and rotting behind bars for life. He'd only one request: make him rich. Fill the prison, use ingenuity to bring outlaws in alive. Caleb returned to his workshop and with a few modifications emerged with something new: the spare gun. The first trial occurred when a thief robbed a Chinese laundry. Seizing on the opportunity, Caleb unleashed his prototype. Metal joints screeched as the spike shot forward, gouging into the target's abdomen. But as the spear tugged, it caught the thief's intestines and with an ungodly sound yanked them onto the dusty road. After several iterations, the disembowelments dwindled, but Caleb had re-earned his new nickname, the Death Slinger. Okay, well that's lovely. Looking to protect his asset, the prison warden pulled strings and released Irish inmates to form Caleb's pose. The Horshire gang was born. For 6 years they roamed the country, collecting wanted outlaws for the prison, fulfilling their end of the bargain. After a bloody battle at Glenvale, Caleb caught notice of a newspaper headline: Henry Bayshore purchases Halshore Penitentiary. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. In the picture, a disfigured Bayshore proudly shook the warden's hand. Caleb's heart pounded with rage, blood swelling as if he would burst from his veins. He had been sold out, a pawn in a rich man's game. Yep, and it's happening again. The Halshore gang pledged their loyalty to Caleb and called for the warden's head. In a thundering gallop, they smashed through the prison entrance, shrieking like bloodthirsty murderers. A guard raised his pistol, but hesitated. A spear punctured his chest. Caleb grabbed the man's head and slammed it against the prison cell until it spilled through the bars. Oh, yum. Reaching the warden's office, Caleb kicked the door and was met with a fortunate sight. It wasn't only the prison warden who cowered in a corner, but Henry Bayshore. Overpowered and with rage, Caleb rushed Bayshore, beating, bludgeoning, tearing at his flesh. The man's blood dripped from his face, crimson pooling at his feet. The Halshire gang swarmed the warden, snapping bones with each kick. With the two men broken and begging for death, the foes dragged them to the commons, where they were left to the growing crowd of prisoners. Soaked in blood and sweat, Caleb hobbled to his old cell, hardly paying notice to Bayshore's screams. He sat on the bed's edge as drops of blood ran from his fingertips. A thick, unnatural fog That's where I am. Oh, there we go. Streamed through the barrel window. He pulled out his old wrench, cracked and rusted, and ran a thumb along the metal, regarding it with faded eyes. He couldn't remember when it came into his possession. He didn't care to remember. At his feet he saw a dusty path, and at its end, silhouettes of all who had done him wrong. The boys who bullied him, the executives who took advantage of him, and again, Henry Bayshore. Emerging from fog with the tools to dispose of them, unforgiving steel hooks, brilliant and beautiful in their simplicity. Pain tore through his leg as he stood, but he endured, pushing onward, walking the dusty path, leaving a trail of blood flowing behind him. It's a bit of a more brutal, it's a more bloody backstory than all the other killers I've read. It's more detailed. But yeah. Well, without further ado, we'll jump into a game with the Death Singer and I'll show you what he does. Alright, Pressured Shop Auto Haven Wreckers. This is a much open map, so hopefully I can get some good shots with the Death Singer. Not that. What are you doing? Oops. Oh, I could have hit that. Where are you going? You gonna run straight for me? Kind of. Oh, nope. You gotta bolt that. Never mind. Okay, so someone repaired this generator. Up on this hill, I should be able to get a good. I'm surprised I haven't gone for my totems. Well done, Billy boy. I'm surprised that missed. What are you doing? Oh. Hooded grounds. Well, this guy's screwed because I got hooded grounds, which gets him exposed. So, that's your fault. So, if you don't know what hooded ground does, it's a totem. Two of them will spawn on the map. I don't know if I can hook this guy actually. Oh, there's a hook back there. Quick. Yes. Once a survivor breaks it, you have a bit of a time to hit a survivor, and it puts them into the dying state. Oh, hi. I see your head. Why are all of you in corners? What is this? Why are we doing this? That's right, nice. Still don't know why I did that. I'm amazed because none of them are going for the save. There's two bills which are hooked. Okay, so someone did this again. Okay, so they got that one. Someone's on this again. not hiding behind these, are you? Good. Yeah, so some games you play against very good survivors, and other games you just don't, so it's kind of a mix and match. But as you play, the more you play, the better you get. So yeah, with the Death Singer, what you do is you... I'm surprised at missed. Aim down the sights, you shoot, and you're real and you're a survivor, just like it is in... just like it's described in the lore. What the heck? The backstory, sorry. I'm not gonna actually shoot her here because she's looping me, so... Flashlight. Nice. Walk forward. I wasn't gonna make that. Hey! That was weird, I was aiming down the sights. I mean, she's gonna keep me doing this. And you missed that. Good try though. Well done. You did very well. Oh, someone's over there now. I see you! What are you doing? Don't you dig up that hook. Okay, she probably is still over there. But I'm gonna oh no, wait, hold up. You did not. You're lucky. I see scratch marks though. Oh my goodness, I've only got one gen left. Okay, I need You've got quick and quiet? Sneaky little drip. Come here. Now that's a good shot. No. Okay, if I get if I can get both of those bows, or one of those bows, it'll be a fair play. Or you. Where are you running? Where are you running? Oh, you got T-Dad. Get out of here. Well, they did very well with that. I was doing very well at the start, but I think me chasing that thing min, I think it was, actually gave them enough time to do all those generators. But yeah, right, well, let's jump on to the next skillet, and it'll be our last skillet, and then hopefully we'll do the rest of them very soon. Right, ladies and gentlemen, on to our next and final killer for the video, the Executioner. Now, I have seen one in his first movie, and I think I've seen his second movie as well, and let me just say, they are terrifying. They're actually very brutal. I haven't played his games. I know there are like the Silent Hill games out there as well, but I haven't played them, so yeah, well, let's jump into his backstory. Surprisingly enough, I did get a message from one of those players. I think it was the Thing Min, and she just sent me a message to say, you know, GG, good game, and I just told her, hey, keep an eye on YouTube, because this video will be popping up very soon, and yeah, so if you hear a little bling sound, that's just her, or her or him replying back to me, so yeah. Anyway, so the Executioner's backstory. I think it's a bit of a short one. A sadistic and merciless executioner, Pyramid Head is fixated on dispensing punishment through pain. Encumbered by the steel frame upon his head, and with a hulking great blade in tow, he stalked the hellish corridors of Silent Hill, committed to a duty that no one could truly understood. Where he trod, even monsters fled for the shadows, and those who crossed his path fell victim to unrestricted acts of aggression. When his duty was complete and his presence no longer needed, he prepared for the long rest, and yet his skills were required elsewhere. The fog that streamed over him was somehow different than that he was accustomed to in Silent Hill, as if each wisp contained the nerves of a creature writhing, seeking him out. There was an unspoken agreement in the moment. The billowing cloud was an invitation to duty and sadism, and Pyramid Head, stepping into the fog, accepted his obligation once more. So yeah, as you just heard, just got a message from that player. He just said sweet, so yeah. So yeah, not much of a backstory. It's more like a quick story of him, so which is understandable. If you don't know about the fog, there's actually the what is it called? I forgot. Hold up, I will remember it. Maybe when I jump into the game. Oh wait, hold up. The entity, that's right. The entity has basically summoned these killers to do his duty, and as you see from the other killers I've just read, there's that black fog that's stepping into a new world. That's the entity calling them in. So yeah, well, without further ado, I'll see you in game. Alright, Iron Works of Misery to make him in the state. So yeah, the Executioner. So what he does is he Right of Judgment is basic trench. Which is that, but I missed, apparently. Oh, you're lucky. Go down. He's gonna take a tree. Oh, nice. So she stepped into my Rites of Torment stage. So if we put her into dying state, we could actually put her into a cage of atonement. Oh no! I don't want this to happen to me again, not when I'm doing a video! Where did you go? Of course you're in there! How did I know you were going to be in there? Sometimes you just gotta make a guess. Oh, someone else is there. Oh my. Please, I'm trying to do a video. And you guys are bullying me. Okay, she's good. Oh, I'm sorry guys, this is not looking good. And I've even got Hex Ruin on, and they're still pushing through. I didn't look up when I did that. Can't press enough of it. Nice! I swear, these guys are amazing. They're... I'm trying to do a video in... Thank you, my eyes. I'm sorry, guys. Here I am trying to make a video, and these guys are generally me like mad. Okay, well, there goes my throne. Gonna block that off. Knock it off. Thank you. Ah, never mind. Alright. Stop running, please. I don't know, but the two Megs are actually... Oh, even she's good. Okay, well she's somehow... Oh, there we go. And it's the Cage of Atonement you go. So yeah, and the Cage of Atonement, basically, it's exactly the same as Hook. Oh my goodness. But they're in a cage instead. I'm coming for you. What the? Thought you ran right there for a minute, but that's your fault. What did I get stuck on? What the heck? Oh, did I? Nice. Okay. Dang it. They open up the other gate. It's alright. Dang it! So yeah, you can see what he does. So you place trenches around the map. If the survivor walks in it, they basically have this barbed wire all over their screen as you're playing survivor. As soon as you knock them down or put into the dying state, you can put them into the Cage of Atonement. And also, if you're doing the Right of Judgment, you can actually press R2 or whatever it is on PC or Xbox to send a wave forward which damages survivors. So yeah, he's a very fun killer. Yeah, he's probably one of my favourites. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that will be it. I hope you liked the video, and if you want me to do more of the DBD killer's backstories, just let me know down in the comments. Hopefully later on in the week I'll be able to do another Minecraft video, and yeah, hope you guys all are looking forward to that because it'll be fun. There's a lot planned, and yeah, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. Really appreciate it. And yeah, very soon I am moving into a new flat, so I am just getting stuff packed up ready to go at the moment. So yeah, I'll try and keep my videos going, but if there is a bit of a pause, you know why. But yeah, well, hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!